Hey, how you doing? This is another Scorpio reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So let's get into your reading, shall we? Check out all the information in your birth chart, as there will be star signs in your birth chart that will resonate with some of the readings on this platform that can help guide you and give you information in regards to your situation and things that are going on around you and in your life. So let's get on with this. Don't forget to give this channel a thumbs up and a subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment area of this video. So let's get on with it. So what's going on with Scorpios? Scorpios. Hmm. Someone feels like they're not smarter than you, or they know that they're not smarter than you, or they're even controlling the fact that they understand themselves and they realize that after sorting some things out, they have time to wonder, can they beat you and still never beat you because you're too smart. It does say they realize you're smart and they understand this so well. It says super well, in fact, that they can't give up, and they warn themselves to do that, but they can't give up. And then they realize it's not going to be easy to give up because warning signs are there to target you anyway. And even when they try to evict your mind from problems, they keep channeling a negative ending in your mind and seeing that it would come true. It says it doesn't really come true, but they want it to. And that's why they keep trying to help you be evicted in your mind from troubles that you've gone through. It says, I warn myself not to speak, but you are winning. And I realize that because you're not telling me what you're going to do. And even when I said you're going to speak about it, I realize you're not saying anything. You're just warning me to speak about the things that I'm doing, and never ending karma will come to me. So that's what they know. They know that never ending karma is going to come to them because of the way you are warning them that, you're not giving up, because you're not telling them what you're going to do next to challenge them, but you're telling them about themselves, Scorpio. Yeah? All right. Yeah, you will know who that is in regards to your situation and the things that you're going through. It says it's not going to be easy to warn you all that I'm going to be good to you. I realize I know that I'm smart, and I've got to give myself that. Even when you realize that in yourself, Scorpio, you said to them, I'm not taking away anything from you. I'm taking away your family and your friends, is what they said. Either way, they take away feminine energy from you as you dive into your masculine. It says people pick on you to the point your masculine energy shows. You are sweet until evil. Evil sweet, it says. No wonder I'm mad at her. I feel like I could walk all over you. And then you realize that you have powers against me that I could completely target and make sure that it would never ever work out for you. Then I warn myself she is dark. She never thought about it until now. And absolutely then she realized she has power over me. Then I realized I am in war with a demon. This woman would never give up in her mind about things that she said she would have, always over my head. And I'm winning, is what I said. Laugh if you're never winning because I never close down anything. I told you, you'll always keep it there until I speak again. Okay? So someone thought that, they could take advantage of your sweetness, you know, of your gentleness, of maybe your innocence, okay? Of your victim mentality for some of you guys. And there's nothing wrong with a bit of victim mentality. So don't let them fool you, Scorpio. All right? Because at the end of the day, who's going to be the victim when somebody gets hurt? You know what I mean? By the villain, so to speak. You know? Justice has to come in somewhere and save the day. And somebody has to be called the victim versus the villain. All right? So at the end of the day, you know, Don't let them fool you when you turn around and show them that you can be a villain, but the way you do it, it's very, very cunning. You know, it's sweet, it's innocent until it's nasty, and then it will target you until death do you part. It says, do you part, because you will run and hide and let them see it's never finished, but warn them of their negativity and let them swim in it or drown, and then wonder if it's going to be released in their head or is it going to come up again, because you warned them that it's going to be there sitting around them, laughing at them on a float, sitting on a float, fucking them up for a year or two until it comes out again, that you have to deal with them again, because you're warning them you are not finished. Yeah, it's like you got to sit down, you got to watch them, Scorpio. You go off and hide in the shadows, you know what I mean, just to make sure that, you know, things are simmering in a way where you don't want it to come up, but because they left it on a simmer in your head, because they didn't want to close it down in the appropriate way that you would ideally like them to, it's left on a simmer to boil. It's left on a simmer to steam. You know what I mean? Just the way they intended it to, because they ain't treating you right, Scorpio, and you're not having it. So you let them steam like a steam fish. You stew down some steam fish. Woo, Scorpio, you're the easy, you know. You're the easy. When you're ready to sting, you sting. And you may sting for a long time. You will sting them. So they may sting you too, but your sting is forever. It's everlasting. The end is you. The ending is you. The beginning is you too, but the ending is you too. Scorpio is Alpha and Omega, so it will never end. With the Scorpio, it says, deal with it in your own way. I will deal with it in mine. God wins over the situation, is what they say. Ideally, you are God, Scorpio. They didn't know that too. Speak about it. Scorpio is there with God. Even if you don't admit it, you are the Scorpio in God. God is the Scorpio in you. You are Scorpio. Scorpio is God. Is what it is. So, anyway. Says, no one is finished about the situation. I leave it out continuously, looking at it like I have nothing to gain from this. Ideally, you feel like you have nothing to gain yet, Scorpio, as you have to leave it on a pot to boil. But the truth is, you don't know how to speak about things in a way that is going to cause time to move on past it in a way that is detrimental to you. You have not solved a problem with your mind being dumb, and you will never be dumb. It's not going to be easy to be dumb if you're a Scorpio or any other star sign in the fact of that matter. It says people like to pick on people to make them look stupid or even dumb, or minding their manners numb to the situation, like I can't speak. It does say Scorpio will be numb in your eyes, and in your reality, she will be there picking on your brain, making sure that you look at yourself in a way that you are dumb. And she will pick and pick and pick and pick and pick and pick and pick until your dumbness shines over your head and claps you in your face, and then you wonder why she is stupid. She is always going to be your mindset though. How you was dumb, now she's dumb. Then you war with yourself and realize she's never dumb, because the business in her head, it's going to eat me alive. And it does say they feel like they're ate alive by you and your mind. They will warn themselves to swim and laugh and joke and never look back, and then warn themselves the dark side has come out. It's a trap. They set traps for you and you set traps for them, ones that would never win. And it does say they could compute the situation in their brain to win, but never. After all they've done to you, they have to see that you are right. You have given yourself karma with good news, and never ending karma of good news, warning yourself that you're swimming away from the problem and into the dark, deep atmosphere of good news. It doesn't say when it's going to come out into the light or even out of the darkness where you can see it, but it says good news is coming to you always. Jesus is there, God is there, and people are there waiting for you to be praised. Well done, Scorpio. So in other words, you know, the situation is not finished. It's not really being dealt with. But after some time has gone by, if it was to ever come up again, whatever it is, you know, you're already sitting on a victory stone. You're already sitting on a victory mountain, because your truth prevails. It shines over everything that they've been doing to you. You know, the way you're handling the situation, things that you're doing, the way your actions and your words have been shining a light towards them to look at themselves in the bloody mirror. Yeah, if it was to go around them and be dealt with by a higher hierarchy or higher authority, yeah, it would work in your favor and not theirs. Simple as that. Okay. So you are sitting on a pedestal, okay, by those that would look at you in your favor and say, yes, you are right. Okay. So there is some karma with someone, and it does say he knows who he is. Rather not speak, he does remember spells and rituals. Pick on me, it says, I wouldn't want to hear you. Doesn't say anything other than this. Pisces does know why you wouldn't want to speak about it. It does say Pisces is very mad at you. And even when Pisces doesn't like you, it says they warn themselves not to speak to you. They realize they've got karma with this. Absolutely burdening a Scorpio is not easy. They realize their problems are yours. And even when they don't like it, they've got karma with you. Evil Pisces doesn't want to know that they're changing. And even when they change, they don't want to hear it. They rather not speak about Scorpio. It does say business plans are there for you to subject yourself to a lot of lawful wedded wife energy. Even good news with your head. Mind you, it says you don't know why it's happening to you that you're getting bad news. People pick on people all the time. Pisces is the one that gets picked on more than anybody. It does say that. And it doesn't say why. It's just warning you that you will never get good news with a worn out energy in your head. You will never get good news. Ideally, people pick on people that are innocent or even minding their manners about things, maybe even seeing that they get on well with others and seeing that they do great news in their love lives, their war, in their mind about things, and their work. It does say that, you know what, people get picked on all the time for Pisces energy, mainly because you are there with simple things that you want to do. God is there with you, and it does say, I know I'm picking on you. I wouldn't want to hear that I have to, but I warn myself, if you ever speak to me, I would pick on you. It does say you've got to look at yourself as, now I am in the mood for karma with your brain after I've done a little bit of time doing what I've got to do in my personal life. I will warn you, I don't need to have karma with you, but I will warn you, I will pick on you if you pick on me. So wait until you have time to look into your mind again. Warning, you have problems. It doesn't say that I have problems, but it does if you want to war with me for no reason. You've got to look at yourself and make sure that you are picked on in your brain. Don't challenge me. It does say that you will be challenged if you enter into my life and want to war with me. Karma will be with you. And it does say enemy energy of a little burdensome woman wants war with you and doesn't know how to stop picking on herself, but she will pick herself until she picks apart her head. Wow. Right. Let's see what else is going on, my lovely Scorpios. No one is picking on you today. It does say, I know that because I'm not seeing you in your head about it. I'm laughing at you, not with you. Remember that. Scorpio does laugh at people too. You have to see when your time is going to be there that you get laughed at, because I'm not going to deal with you while I'm warring with things in my mind. I'm dealing with my work, and I'm dealing with things that are precious to me. Don't have time for your negativity, Pisces. And it does say a woman that is a Pisces is bothering you and will not stop picking on your mind today. Does want to know she comes back, but realizing that she's not going to speak to you, or maybe even picks on you later on. She says she's not going to come back, and she realized that she's going to have karma with her head. She will look at herself until she is dying out of the problem in her mind, and she will realize that she's got karma with her head. Leave her to it. I know that I've got to speak about it. I'm warning you, I'm not in the mood for trouble. So I will move on past the innocence in my brain and leave you to it. I am Pisces. The innocence in her brain, she says. Okay. So anyway, maybe she wants to behave nice now and move on instead of, because the initial thought was, oh, I'm going to pick on Scorpio. And then she realized she couldn't pick on Scorpio. So that's where the innocent came into her brain. Oh, I can't do it. Okay, I'm going to be innocent now. I wasn't doing anything. Yeah. Because you remembered who Scorpio is. Darling, don't trouble the woman. It says even if you try to trouble her, she's going to pick up the phone and call you and tell you off. She does know that Pisces is going to tell herself off though, because she can't tell you off. And then she realized she's got to pick on enemies and not you. Exactly. Sounds like someone that wanted to take out her own problems in her life somewhere else on you, Scorpio. And she can't do that. As one thing that I know I can't stand is people that do that to people, picking on you because they have problems in their life somewhere else. Like, I can't stand that energy. It's nasty. It's like, if you've got a problem in your life, deal with it, sort it out, ask for help even if you need support. You know what I mean? But don't pick on somebody else because you're going through something. It's negative. It's toxic. You know what I mean? We'll leave it there. So, all right, what else is going on for Scorpio? And it certainly doesn't have anything to do with you. Exactly. That's where someone else is trying to chime in, because you've got people around you, Scorpio, that do not like it too, and they got your back. All right. So let's see what else is going on for Scorpio. And someone says, I love you, Scorpio. Gemini energy, Cancerian, and it does support you with nothing but love. Ideally, it says nothing is there right now for me to show it, but I love you. Oh, they love you. Scorpio is in love with Scorpio, and then it does say enemies are there with Scorpio. Doesn't need anyone to speak, but Scorpio is in love with Scorpio. So maybe you got other Scorpios that are in love with you, or you just love yourself so much, Scorpio. Alright, it says nothing set in stone, but people do love Scorpio. Many of them, in fact, a load of them harshly love Scorpio. It does say harshly because the building structures in their mind have planetary curses upon them. And it does say, well done, Scorpio, you did it. No one can place a hold on you like the way you would start a fight with them. They witness things in their brain that could challenge you and never win. Then warn themselves they've got to speak about how they deal with you, which is how they could speak about things in their mind or even in their brain about things that they warn themselves. If I'm Scorpio, I would love me too. I warn myself I've got to, because the challenges they give are not going to win over anybody's soul apart from theirs. And even if it does win over their souls, it will break down karma in anyone else's head and break them down, because they are fooled and they are punished and they are harmed and they are hurting, and they will warn themselves to look at themselves and be in the brave readings or even the brave channels or even brave mindsets and brave anything of a Scorpio. They will never look at things in a way Scorpio does, but to see it is to believe it in themselves. They have to see it. It says karma is with them. They don't realize that, but they have karma with them. They don't want to look at it. They just believe that things could work out just fine. And it doesn't say that it will always, but it will. And then it won't, because if you're teasing another person or harming them or trying to break them down in a way that justice is going to be served in your favor forever, it will never, ever be solved. You have to pick on a person is what I see. Is what I see. No way do I pick on a person. It says Scorpio picks on people, but it doesn't say Scorpio does. Scorpio saves people. Scorpio witnesses things and breaks them down in a way that you will receive your karma if you are not just and deserved. Ideally, Scorpio is in Libra. Scorpio Libra is very much practicing your energy, practicing good karma, trying to build you into a better woman or man. And it doesn't say it's easy for men because they don't want to listen, but women, you are practicing your brains. You are building war inside your mind to change it and make sure that you have good news through enemy energy in Scorpio that will bring you out of the problem. It will never leave you in a problem. It will bring you out of it if you come on the right side of the fence. If you bring down others that are not good to others, you are placing a hold on your mind in a way that you have blamed others to be bad, which are very good in a way that you don't have to pluctize your brain. You will see that you have blessings when you pluctize your brain and bring it down into your mind about how you treat others. Not cursing people is the answer, is what we say. But in reality, it has to be in a way that you are telling yourself, you are laughing at them in a way that you are taking them down from their problems on harming each other, or breaking them down from harming themselves, breaking them down from bringing problems to each other and warning them that you have powers to do this. You can't harm people, Scorpio, is what you say, but you realize you are pluctizing their head with their problems. Ideally, you are the best. It says people will see you as a witness protection or warning. You will help people out of a situation, then pluctize their brain to harm someone else if they ever try to step on your toes to get you to be on their level in a gutter. You do not need to be in a gutter. So therefore, you've told people to get out the gutter and stay on top and realize how to do this. Get out the gutter, stay on top, but be careful how you do it. Don't speak to people that are going to bring you down, or even let people bring you up and then bring you down. Cause for concern is there with Scorpios, but at times you have won and you realize that already, that you're a winner. Okay. So, in other words, Scorpio is Superman, Superwoman. Okay. All right. And this is not for every single Scorpio in that perspective. So, this is only for the ones it resonates with, because there's all different kinds of Scorpios and all different levels. Okay. So, and it doesn't say you haven't got it in you to be that way, every Scorpio, but this is for the ones that know they're on this path, you know. So let's see, anything else for Scorpio? It does say you are blessed. No one can curse you like the way they wanted to. Challenges are there for you to witness evil today. People could kick off right now if they don't get you in their minds. Warning signs are there for you to stay there and not kick off. Are you harmed? It says, I know that I have to speak about when you're coming back to speak to me. I am not harmed, but I wonder, where are you? Okay. Someone is wondering where you are and wants you to feel regret for that. Isn't that funny? It says it's just because I need support today. So someone needs your support, but it's like, why turn around and want to harm you, Scorpio, because they need support? You know, it's like they want to curse you or bring you down in some way, but they need support. I don't get that. But hey, says this man tried to be a laughing matter in your head. He tried to warn himself to pick on you, and it does say she knows why. She's gonna harm herself today if I don't speak to her. I realize I've got to stay away. I've got fucking things to do and get on my nerves today. It says this evil spirit demon that wanted to target you was going to come out and harm you. And then he said, I've got to move on. I've got other things to do. Then he realized his karma is coming. And he realized that so much because the people around him are telling him, don't speak to her. And then he wonders why. Then he's got to call out his demons and tell them, stop speaking to her, because the wonderful things are happening to you, Scorpio. And it does say bad news is there for him. Bad news is there for him. And he has to see when you're going to change your mind about it. But it's warning you to stay on track. Be there for yourself and give yourself blessings. Don't worry about people picking on people because you're giving yourself too much good news in the next week or the next month or the next year. Okay. Doesn't say anything bad about you, but you've got good news coming to your mind. You sort out things and then you steal things, but then you take things and you turn it around to witness that you've got good news. You've got to trial and error something and make sure that you've got good news. You've got to say, I did something in regards to helping myself in a different direction. But I'm warning you, if you ever say that I'm stealing, taking, or being nervous about something, I am going to harm you because I'm trying to do something in a way that looks bad, but it's never bad. It's always going to be good. And it does say that you are doing it in a good way. Absolutely good way, because promises are there for you to take sometimes, but not really over and over. And I warn myself, if she does this too much, then we could see that she's a problem, but she's always paying on time or giving herself good news. So I wouldn't want to target her. I just completely understand she's got to give herself better news sometimes. So someone is being understanding to you in your situation. And it doesn't say more than this. You've got problems with people, and it says no one else is coming into your mindset right now about it. You've got to deal with the devil. Spirits are there dealing with you. It says no one's going to come out of the situation more than you. You've got to pray to God that it happens in the next week. It says you've got good news coming in, but you have to pray that it happens. So keep praying, Scorpio, that the good news happens, because apparently it's going to happen in a few weeks, but it says keep praying, and it could be because someone's trying to control the things in their mind and the outcome could change, but it's likely to work in your favor. It says someone here knows that. I know this because I'm not going to give up, and I realize I'm not giving up on you. I study you so much and I witness things that you say. It's got to be that way. It's got to be so much to the point I said I hear myself tell myself stop picking on her. Then I realize she's very worn out. She's tired. She's got things to do. She's blessed and she's cursed at the same time. And it doesn't say more than this. I laugh at her. I wonder, is she going to be good though? Because I want her to be. And I want her to be my blessing. And I promise my patience will be there to help her. I promise. I love this woman so much to the point I can't even think. I just know that she's mine and I love her. Oh, that's so sweet. That is really, really sweet. So, this is a person that really, really loves you, really cares for you, Scorpio. And it does say they wonder what you're up to, what you're doing, and want to know where you are and how are you, but they can't always talk to you. And they realize they have to be patient and wait. And they don't want to, but they realize you're very busy or you're very mindful about things you're doing. So you have to promise yourself to have better news and give yourself that as they time the situation to be in your mind about things again. And they do want to call you, text you, ring you, or even see you, but they've got to warn themselves. Take their time with you because you are very nervous about everything that you are doing at times, and you need to support yourself with things that you want. And you've got to help yourself. Be good to yourself. So you've got to warn yourself. You're giving yourself that. Very good news. So, it says you do have things that you want to witness in your head, though, if you're not careful. People will pick on you and your mindset will be there. It says, I know I could come to you and tell you off about things, but I'm not. And I wonder, do you know that? It does say you're looking at things at this time that people want to do to you and could come to you and say something, but they warn themselves to block it from their minds. People are ready to target you for mental health problems in their heads. And even in your jobs, it says people could target you for this too. As someone says, they're ready to tell you off. But it says warning signs are there for me. I understand people may pick on me to the point I may not have a good outcome with this situation. Many thanks to you, I realize that you want to tell me that I haven't got a good news in my mind. It says they know they want to target you in that way. They've been warning themselves every day to start seeing if they could do this. But it says they know that they're going to do it or they want to do it and they've been planning to do it. So even if they warn themselves to do it, they should just do it. People may want you to lose your job, Scorpio. It says you may have good news about it in your mind. At this time, you may realize that you wanted to leave the job, or you may not leave the job, or you will after you've been made redundant. And it does say for some of you guys that will not lose your job, you have good news. It does say targets are there too, to make you feel like you want to lose your job, or maybe even people picking on people to leave the job. It does say people do that too, and it's warning you not to speak, but people are ideally bringing you in your mind today about it, picking on you to lose your job. It says no one said it's going to work out for you, but all this time they've been wondering, can they get good news when they're war with their work? Are they going to get good news? As I'm trying to warn you, my job is harming you. And it does say they know that because they are the evil spirits in themselves, warning themselves that management is in them and they can bring you down anytime they feel like it. They have to witness things in their brain, though. Are they doing this because they're warned that they have good news in their life? Are they looking at things in their life that are helping them to support themselves with good news? Or are they doing this out of spite? It does say spiteful energy is there after they realize people will come and support them if they feel like it, but they also realize bad news is coming to you because of the way they argue and structure their minds to panic over situations. They wonder, is it working for them in that way? It does say it is, but it's not. And it does say warning signs are there for it to be there like that as they build bridges in their heads to say, yes, I understand I can lose people. I can warn myself people will come, but it doesn't say people will. And it also says that you have to understand where you're going in your life. So speak about it. And it does say they don't want to, but they realize they don't want to know that they're losing out. It does say you will all lose out if you can't participate in the mindset or even the mind game that you are playing. Mental health problems are there with people. Everyone is going under. People are being attacked because of their work. And maybe even the people that are trying to warn you that they have customers or even selling things are not easy. And maybe even selling an idea is not easy. Maybe even giving good news to the person that wants to know they're getting good customer service is not easy. At times, the customers don't want to know they're helpful. And people do know the customers are warning themselves to have bad news. Mind you, you may not have a sales role, Scorpio, but it does say many times over your customer service skills are absolutely outstanding and maybe even generous to some, to the point they don't appreciate the good news and place you on hold, or maybe even curse you, fight you, or warn you that they don't want to participate. It does say people will pick on people, and the warning signs are there for this mean management to understand it's not going to be worth picking on anyone around you or even with you or absolutely you if it's going to be ongoing. They have to look at their customer service, is what someone says. It's not their customer service, it's the childish matters of the customers that come and place a hold on them and make them think they will lose out if they can't get good news. It says, I warn you, you will have bad news if you think that way. It says, I know I don't have bad news. You have bad news because you're warning yourself to think that way. I realize I can move on, but I understand that you can move on. It says, well, move on then, because I'm not going to have you tease me, torment me, or pick on me because of your ideas. You have bad omens. It says, I know that Scorpio is a good woman. And many times over, I realize she's a very, very good woman. She picks on no one. And I see that she's very, very mindful about what she says and does. She laughs at us. She makes us think we're not good to her. It does say you all think that, and you're very bad. And you don't look at things in appropriate ways to support the workers or people that are working for you and working around you, or even just doing their job. Ideally, it's contract work for some of you. And it does say when you realize your contract is up, then you conviction your mind from me. It says, I know it's up when I want it to be, or when you want me to tell myself it is, because you don't want to communicate with me good things that could support me. Make sure that I look at my mind in a way that I have good news, because you want to tidy it and manipulate it. It is always this because I like it. And I realize you can't speak to me in the way that you want to, because I will move on when you want me to. And I'll also move on when I want to, because you don't need to speak about it. It doesn't help me in the way I see. And even if you want to try and troll me, cause me concern in my head, make sure you're telling me to do things in the way you want and can't do it because it's not practical. I will listen to you and laugh at you and make fun of you and walk away. Make sure you understand this. I'm not going to stay there and make sure you laugh at me, ridicule me, or make me feel bad for what it is that I have not harmed myself with, and then you want to say I am harming myself. I don't like that. It says you will have burdens on yourself. I will never have burdens on myself. Scorpio never has a burden on herself. You witnessed her in her brain telling herself that she would have bad news. All this time, I said, I'll never come back to this platform. I'd never come back to this problem. I'd never come back to this shop, shelter. I would never come back to this office. And I will never be here in this building. It does say so many of you have ideally given yourself so much time to see that you are giving up on a situation and called them out in their minds once and don't want to do it again. You may never speak to them again about the situation and wonder if they'll give you a job or keep giving you your job. And then you warn yourself, it's not got to be that bad. It's got to be, because it says, I know I'm warring with you until I let you know that you are stable. And then I realize you're never going to be what I want. Then I absolutely have to leave you to wonder, do you have good news? Because I've been cursed and I've been told this. I don't know how to stop being cursed because I see every one of you are trying me. And it doesn't say more than this. I know that I could harm you and hurt you and pinch you and war with you, and it's still not going to work. Every one of you are causing pain to me. I see that. I realize that. And I can't say it's you. It's always me. And I have to communicate this in my head and change the outcome soon before I harm myself and many of you, because I realize you're very harmed by me and I'm harming myself too. But I can't stop until I see that I can stop. I can't stop. It is over in your head. And it does say you will bless yourself with things too. As a demon spirit keeps warning you, I am harmed too. And it does say government officials are making it hard for them to communicate things in their head. They have to harm their clients. They have to harm their customers. And they don't want to. But they realize that they have to, because it's not going to be easy to target the workers after they need workers to work for them. And then they're harming their customers. Not really, because their customers are interfering with their work. It says the customer service is not bad. It's the war with the customers. The customers are very rude and negative and can't see that they have good news. It says try and warn yourself that you've got better news and leave it to us. We are seeing this, but we don't know how to communicate that. You have to try and have a business like ours to understand. It says it's not going to be bad if you tell yourself, be good to the mind. Try to respect people and give yourselves that, and you'll see a difference. So basically, they're scared that they're not going to get the customers that they want if they don't suck the asses of the customers in favor of getting good news towards their business. But it's still harming their business because their customers are disturbing their business, bringing the drama, bringing the rudeness, bringing the deceptivity, the manipulation, the evil basically. And then they harm their staff or people that work for them or work with them, instead of telling the customers to respect their business. Yeah. And there's many people that actually, let the customers know, we're not tolerating disrespect. But for some reason, some of these other companies are allowing the customers to get away with it and supporting the customers with better customer service in favor of them, which is still destroying the business. And it does say that it will destroy it and bring it down. And then they wonder why it doesn't work in their favor. It says, what customer service was right. It was always right. And now you're trying to disturb it even more, because people are going to get mad dealing with this in a way that they don't know how to be better than they were before. Ideally, they were already good. So why would you tell them to be better and then warn them that they have to stay there and struggle and speak about things until they harm themselves and don't understand how to get good news? It doesn't say that they can get good news in that way. They've got to see themselves in a bad way. And it doesn't say that it's good to work in a bad way. Warning signs are there for people picking on people to the point that they have problems in their head. No wonder people are walking away from the job. People don't care for this job. It's not an ideal, special type of job to help people if they're going to get karmically blessed. And then after that, they are warned that they are fucked up in their heads for whatever they did because they didn't do anything. It says, you was blessed. I know this because I never took you out of the problem. and I left you there to be in the problem. But then it doesn't say that this person is blessed. It says they curse themselves because you want to curse them, and you keep cursing them and it's harming them. It says special needs people are needed. I know that I want them there. And it does say workers are going to be the victim. Or is it that I know that I can bully them? And it does say that these businesses are targeting the workers and calling them disrespectful words, and even telling them they have problems with them, their wine, their smoke because of them. Ideally, they understand this. They really give it to them in their minds in that way. Like they will smoke more, they will drink more if they work with us. And they know why, because their demons are there with their negative mental health telling you you've got to work in the way that they've asked, which is very mad and at times very moody and very, very toxic. It is bad mood. They're off as a job, and they know that, and they are mental and evil and wicked, and try to praise them. At times they want to know they are praised for this, but it says no one is going to praise you being mad at them. Laugh at yourself if you ever thought you was going to be mad at them. You can't speak to people in a bad way and think it's going to work out. It says job searches is something that they need to do. And it does say this because Spirit is guiding them away from the workforce and into another job. People are picked on. And it does say when they realize they're in a very good mood because the job search worked and they've got good news, they can't help it. They realize they left the old job for a new job that was better. And they have got this. They just have to warn themselves to get it. And when it comes, they will get it. And when they see it, they will have it. It doesn't say that it's going to work out until they do. But they warn themselves to give themselves good news. Job searches are there for everyone. Right now, people are picking on people. Every day, it says, I know this because I'm one of them. Evil, evil, speak about it. I am speaking about it because I laugh at you. So there is people laughing at you, Scorpio. Okay? There is people laughing at you because of them saying they know why. They are the matter of the problem, and they realize that, but they can't talk to you directly about it. They will just pick on you and call you names, and fell down in their head about the problem one day is a person that says, I know I can see this woman and what she does. She works for me. It says, I know I don't work for you, is what you would say to them, Scorpio. But it says, this woman says, I know you work for me because I laugh at you about things that you want to do. It says, anytime you want to do things in your head and say you do this or you do that, I can see you don't. And I laugh and make fun of you. And I warn myself, if I ever see you in my head and I target you to make sure that you have things in your brain, you are laughed at. You're going to be laughed at because I know what I do. And you don't know what I do. You think you know what you know, and you don't know shit because you can't tell everything that I'm doing. You just look at me and you say, oh, she does this and she does that. But you don't know what the hell I do. So pick on yourself, you worn out witchcraft woman. Okay? Somebody here is spying on you, Scorpio. No one but the bad news sister of your mind. It says your mother's family member, sister, aunt. It does say her. She deals with you in your head at times, but she's warned not to speak to you. As she warns herself to speak to you, she's warned, don't speak to you. Exactly. Because her head says, I know why I am not speaking to you. You don't deliver me in my mind yet. You made me feel like you've got karma with me. I said I will make you feel that way until you're honest about who you are, because you're not going to speak to me in any kind of way and think it's okay when you want to deal with me in your mind about things that you have and the way you like things. I don't care about you in that way. I call myself in my mind to tell myself I don't give a shit about you in the ways that you have honestly given yourself to harm me. I wouldn't give a shit about you anyway, is what she says. But she realized that you are always going to give yourself good outcomes, good news, and good frenemies, or even good friends to help you move past things. Doesn't say that you want these things, but you will move past them and you will not speak to them in your mind if you want to. after you've ignored them. And it doesn't say that you've left them, because they try to warn you that they're there, or they're back, or they're seeing you, but they don't get good news all the time. And they've got to understand you're not going to smile with them and skin teeth with them or laugh with them all the time. You're going to make them feel like you don't want to block them, but you can. And you can move them on from your mind anytime you want. And it does say you witness this every day in your head. So when they want to play mind games, they can peek on you and laugh at you, but move on. Okay. So, job is on the rocks because of these negative managers and, you know, people controlling the company to be a certain type of way that is working against you. Be mindful if you're one of those people, Scorpio, that is a manager behaving like that. Just be mindful. I'm not saying it is you. Just be mindful, though, for some of you guys that could be the one that's doing it. But at the same time, I see you lot are going through it. This is a reading for those that are going through it mostly. Okay. And it does say absolutely nothing but good news is coming into you as you speak about things and change your mindset. Things will work out in a good way. Be there for your mind and work on things like your mum not speaking to you in your head about problems, because God says, I know that I'm speaking to you, and God is the one speaking to you, but warning signs are there for your mother to get in the way of that at times. As she peeks on you and wants to know what's going on, she may speak to you about bad news and give you warning signs of that, and she may never know how to challenge you to move on. As she gives you good news in her head, it says, because she knows it's in her head that she feels like it's good news. In your mind, it's never ending bad news, and it warns you of this. So you've got to probably give yourself blessed energy instead of curses. Don't speak to Scorpio, it says. I know I need to speak to them. Let me deal with them. And it says, Scorpio, you are under attack by your mother and maybe even people around you because of her. She's got to stop picking on you, and she's got to stop warning herself to talk to you and give herself good news by walking away, as the trial and error in her mind is telling her it's not working. Whatever I say or everything I do, it's not working. But it would work if she walked away and stopped picking on you, because it's telling you, your mind is telling you off. You've had things in your mind for years that never gave you good news of the outcomes of your parents, maybe even your mum, your dad, the war energy in you, or even people around you that have worked with you. It says study things that you may see in your mind and challenge it to be a better outcome. Now you see it, you're giving yourself that people are studying you to still have bad news. Warn yourself not to speak to them and tell themselves to move on. Absolutely move on. Ideally, you speak to them and tell them to move on. It says you've got to absolutely understand to move on. Why would they move on? Because they're warning themselves to move on today. After a negative ending happened last night, it says they know they had to move on. They speak about this one at a time, and they realize something happened last night where they had to challenge themselves to move on. They will never want you to know what it is, but they always want to know what it is that you're doing. So maybe you should tap into their energy and see what it is that they're doing. Then you can see that it's nothing set in stone, but people are picking on you for your mindset. No wonder you have to pick on them. It says they don't even know what it is that you go through, but they realize you are absolutely blessed, and you do have great hair and shoes and clothes and nails and a pretty face and figure, and you're so smart and you're very, very good looking, so you will get everything that you want in life. After they've targeted their mind with this, they realize they can't stop you from having good news. You'll always have blessed energy in you and around you and with you, so it can't work in their favor. After they've tried to stop you and pick on you and harm you and hurt you, they can't even warn you again that they need to give you good news, because they have to give you bad news. They keep tidying their head and saying, well, I challenge her. I like being a nuisance to her. I like being negative to her. I like being absolutely nasty. And I realize I can melt down in my mind all I want to, but it would never work. She's always going to win over me. He's always going to win over me. And I wonder when it's going to happen that they start thinking about this, that I'm never going to win over them, because they warn me, if you keep speaking to me in the way you speak to me, I'm going to harm you. Then they realize you are never going to win over them. But you don't challenge them, Scorpio. You tell them, well, I know that you're never going to speak to me again, because I warned you. I don't like you, and I don't want to look at you, and I don't even like the way you look, and I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to thank you. I don't want to even tell myself I have to, because you didn't try to help me with anything. You are manipulative and you want to try and trap me. So you send me gifts, presents, or even venom in your mind to say I'm a snake. I can be nice but nasty. Then I realize you're all going to be targeted for a never ending problem in your mind. I will never partner up with you. And I'm telling you this from now. My partnerships are glorified. They never ever harm me. So even if I see that I'm a partner with someone that's glorified, they're going to glorify me. I'm going to glorify them. We're going to glorify each other. But you are never glorified. So the best way that you could stand out is to move on. That's absolutely the best thing you could do is move on. Scorpio's life is never yours. And even if you want to be a part of it, you would have to suck my toe, my ass, and anything that I would want to say you are allowed to have in regards to looking for me in your mind and being there by my side than you have. You've never tried to do it in the way that I've asked. So therefore, you are laughed at and you're going to be made fun at until the day you die. So move on. I witness this in my head and I move on and challenge you again if you want to. But I realize I'm not the challenge, you are. Pick on someone else. So that's that, Scorpios. That's your reading. I'll speak to you next time. Ciao.